Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here doing another An Idiot Imports. This time, it's Vita Colorful, a second rhythm game I imported along in this batch. Let's load my game up, shall we? There's not really much to say about this main menu, honestly, because it's all in fairly decent English, or at least it should be easy to figure out, but we'll go through them all anyway. You got your options, which lets you change a few things, like your background brightness, your sound, and your, I guess those are the lyrics, and you can change the style of your UI, so it looks slightly different. It's really just personal preference what you do, honestly. You got your data where you can go to check out your trophy list, and I believe there's a leaderboard around here somewhere. But you can also come here to check your scores. And there's this whole online section, which I have no idea, but yeah, this is the leaderboard. This is what I was thinking of. Just got to give it a moment to load. It'll catch up eventually. There it goes. There's all the high scores for that. Oh, I guess those were all perfects. You can come to items to get your unlocked stuff. There are some items that are locked until you go and unlock them through whatever little things they decide they want you to do. These include costumes. Strangely enough, though, you don't have to buy them or anything. It's literally just once you've gotten them, you have to come here to say, hey, I want these costumes, and they're like, okay, you can have these now. I don't really understand why. Also of note is that despite there being so many costumes, Aya doesn't actually appear in the background of all the songs, only some of them, which is strange. So we've got 3 modes here, which I'll go over quickly because there's not really any point going into them. Step Up Play is just your mission mode. There's 20 songs for every particular difficulty of all 3 difficulties. These medium hard, and you just go through doing missions on that. Daily Play, you get 1 song, even one you might not have unlocked yet, and you just, you play through that. And My List Play, where you pick a few songs and you go through them in a row. None of these actually give you, like, points to go towards unlocking new songs in free play, though. Or at least Step Up Play and Daily Play don't. I haven't tried My List Play in depth, but it's actually really annoying. I don't understand why. Like, why can't I have more points for more songs in free play? I don't know. But anyway, here we are in the song selection. If you press triangle, it actually swaps between 1 and 5. As you can see here, I've gotten about, I don't know, this is about 22 songs out of like 50. So I'm about halfway through the song list at this point, and yeah, I've gotten a fair amount of them. The game's fairly well balanced in that you play through these songs and you'll be constantly unlocking more, at least up to the level 10 point. You can press square to change how they sort, but nothing too out of the ordinary. But anyway, we're going to just have a look here. So here is the credits for every particular song. Here, there are these 2 modes here. You've got the top one, which actually auto-plays the song, and the middle one, which will show you just the video in the background, and the bottom one is just your default play mode. This is where you go to change your particular song for, like, when you hit the notes. Well, it's not so much a song as it is a sound effect, but you get the idea. And this is where you go to change your costume. This 1 second from the right. But this song doesn't actually have Aya floating around in the background, so we'll just hit start, and off we go. I actually kind of like this song. Here we go. So the basic idea of Aya is very simple. You've got this little purple circle on the big circle there, and that's where you want to be hitting the notes as they pass over. And as you can see, the route is a little bit strange for all the notes to come through. You'll have to excuse my relatively poor play, but I am playing while trying to talk, so this isn't going to be a fantastic play, but nevertheless. So you got long notes, and you got those coloured rainbowy notes. Now, those red parts of the bar you see up at the top of the screen there are the choruses. And those rainbow notes can be hit with any button, and depending on how well you hit those notes, whether they be cool or fine or safe or you just completely miss them, they fill up your big circle there. And when you go into the chorus, it goes into colourful mode. And the colourful mode, it increases the amount of score you get up to 2 times the point on any particular note. So if you get every single one of those rainbow notes perfect, you'll get a 2 times bonus to the score you would normally get on those notes. So yeah, you do have a reason to be accurate. And of course you also get points depending on how accurate you are with the particular notes. So cool will get you more points than, you know, not fine and just completely missing the note altogether, obviously. And there's not really that much else to it, honestly. I mean, it's a rhythm game, so obviously it's going to be pretty easy to explain. You can see the you can see that that's pretty much all there is to it right here. It's surprisingly simple, let me put it that way. There are rainbow notes which are like you have to press it X amount of times in X amount of space. But other than that, there's really not that much else to it. And this honestly leads it to be a little bit more dull than I was expecting it to be. Like, there's no special notes of any kind, there's no touchscreen notes, there's no analog stick notes. Some people will be grateful for that, but the game also tends to just have this lack of variety to it. I mean, sure, the paths just flying around the notes and just giving you different places to have to look at on the screen, it's a nice trick, but at the same time, the game has this really annoying tendency to make it so that you have to swap, like, paths really quickly, like right there. So you end up having to just be constantly looking back and forth. And there's eventually a point where you're going to full-on miss a bunch of notes because the game's like, haha, we swapped it so fast you couldn't really get your eyes over in time. And the game is a bastard for that. Especially on a later song that I just played in preparation for this gameplay, where it was constantly making you swap between 4 different sections, and it was infuriating just how much. It's just, yeah. Made me want to punch someone, honestly. Because it's just, yeah, when you're forced to swap so fast, sometimes you don't have time to see what the next note is. I mean, I have trouble keeping focus on the entire screen at one time, and you guys might not have a problem with this, but I have a massive problem with keeping the whole screen in focus. So I can't see. So I just can't see, I just can't watch the notes. So, anyway, we'll move on to another song. I think I'll go with this one, actually. I quite like this one. I kind of avoided playing this one for the longest bloody time because of that time. Because you can see how long the songs go for. So, this one goes for a full 5 minutes. And a lot of the songs in this game tend to go for the full length of time. Like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes. This one goes for 5 minutes. It's very rare to find a song that goes for less than 3 minutes. And the songs are a lot longer than you might think. I mean, sure, 5 minutes isn't that long in the grand scheme of things, but they make it feel a whole lot longer than it actually is, I have to say. It's kind of ridiculous just how long some of these songs can feel sometimes. Maybe it's because I'm playing it for just a bit too much in one go and I'm starting to get bored, but, I mean, Jesus Christ, sometimes it just feels like stupidly long. Because you're just sitting there tapping the buttons over and over again thinking, when is this song gonna end? And there's like, this song has like 3 chorus sections, and it's just, grr. Maybe they would have done better if they had cut down these songs to be a little bit shorter. I mean, I can understand people enjoying longer songs, but I don't think it works for when the gameplay is this simple. And I think it would have been a lot better suited to having a bunch more shorter songs. Or maybe some more varied gameplay. Don't know how exactly you would do it, but at the same time, it's just, it really does get repetitive after a couple of songs in a row. It just feels like pressing the same buttons over and over again. Whoops, missed that one completely. I actually like this song a fair amount because the background is really flashy though. I have to admit, the backgrounds in this game usually look anywhere from great to fantastic. So, it's just fun just watching the background, but at the same time you can't watch the background because there's tons of notes streaming in from everywhere and you can't have that. Whoops. And the variety of the songs, well, there is a fair bit of variety there, but admittedly, I'm seeing a fair amount of the same style, and just, I played this for about an hour before recording this video, and it honestly feels like a lot of the songs are just starting to blend together, to be honest. I mean, sure, there is variety in there, and there's a fair few different genres, and I swear, it feels like it's all blending together, just slowly but surely. So yeah, this definitely isn't a game that I would recommend you play in long bursts. If you do end up picking it up, I would suggest avoiding playing more than a couple of songs at a time, and maybe that's what the daily play is there for. Or maybe that's what the step up mode is there for, so you only play one or two and then you come back later. I mean, step up mode, all that really does is make it so that sometimes the notes move faster, or sometimes you get penalties if you screw up on specific notes, or there are things you can actually apply to the... can you apply them to the free mode? I don't really remember that well. But nevertheless, the variety could do with a little bit of a kick in the arse, but it's not too bad, not by any means. There are a fair amount of good songs here, and out of the 20 or so that I've played so far, I haven't found one that's made me go outright hating any particular song. Here comes a multiple press note. See? And this is normal mode, and there is a harder mode, which might make it a little bit more variety filled when you've got just a ton of notes coming at you. Me personally, I'm just not feeling it. And it's kind of annoying that you have to unlock the hard mode versions of a song by beating it on normal first. That's infuriating. I don't know why they insist on doing that. And they are adding more songs via DLC. I went and checked on the Japanese PlayStation Store a few days ago. There is a ton of DLC out for this game already. There's like 20-something songs. So, if you want the full IAVT colorful experience, you're probably going to want to hook up your Vita to a Japanese PSN account, because goddamn. I mean, I know like Taiko and like every other rhythm game. I'm gonna get around to buying what was it? Demo, I should say, the last recital, because it's got a ton of songs that are gonna be like Japanese exclusive, I bet. Whoops. It's just like massively DLC'd up at this point. It's just got like 20-something songs. So, yeah, a little bit disappointing, honestly. I wish they would have included them all on the cartridge, because as far as I'm aware, they put out all those DLC songs on day one. So, yeah. Anyway, we're just going to move on to the next song. But yeah, as you can see, you need to beat them on the previous difficulty in order to unlock. You know what, let's do this song on hard, just as a demonstration, eh? I'm mostly picking songs that I liked, but I think I'll play one of the songs that I haven't touched after this one. I'm probably going to suck at this, because I haven't played hard mode that much, so yeah. I hope you'll excuse the lack of commentary. I do like this song a fair amount. In fact, I'll turn it up. Alright, you might have seen the double notes there, and the double notes are another thing, of course, but they really don't come up enough. I mean, I like the visual tweak that they did, that where it's got that thing around the side so you can tell just by looking at it that there's going to be another note coming along the other track. I mean, I know it's a very simple thing, but I'm quite impressed they thought of it as they did. And I will admit, I hope it's not as bad as I'm making out it to be. It's not terrible, not by any means. It's a competent, good rhythm game, and it's got a good bunch of songs in it. It's just, I find myself getting very bored with it very quickly, and that really doesn't seem like a good thing, honestly. Bloody hell, I haven't seen that before. And it can get very difficult. I just find it not very engaging for as much as I would hope. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just the buttons being so overly simple. Maybe it's just the fairly generic implementation of the mechanics, all things considered. I mean, it's very similar to... It's very similar to a Project Diva game, or at least what I played of Project Diva 1 and 2. Except there's really no, like, big thing in the background to keep it going, or even small thing in the background to keep it going. Like how Project Diva F has the dollhouse, and Taiko has the like the RPG mode, and it just doesn't feel like it has that much in the background with IAVT Colorful. Some people might prefer the game being minimalistic like that. I personally don't. I feel like it could probably do a lot better if it didn't have, like... If it just had more to it. That was a terrible performance on that song, I will admit. I think we'll go back to normal for the next song. Might as well do this. Actually, no, I'll pick one that has Aya floating around the background, because I should probably do one of those at this point. But yeah, let's put on... I actually quite like this outfit. Let's go. So overall, there's not much in the background to really keep you going outside of that points leveling up system thing, which really isn't that impressive. And just the button pushing gameplay isn't anything special. Like, I really like Taiko because it had a unique take to it. Even with two buttons, that game can feel massively challenging and have some really great variety in it. This doesn't really feel like it's pushing the mold in any way. And to be fair, that's fine. And it's got some really nice presentation, and the songs are pretty good as well. I just find myself not being as engaged by it as I am a game like Taiko. I mean, if I had to recommend you import one rhythm game out of the two rhythm games I've imported so far, it would probably be Taiko over this by far. But at the same time, if you're looking for a good... My earphone just fell out. That's bloody good timing. If you're looking for a rhythm game that's similar to Project Diva, then this is right up your alley. I mean, totally right up your alley. This game definitely isn't coming over. The producer, I can't remember his name, the producer has said, and the company itself has said, that the chances of Marvelous localizing this are pretty much zero, so there is no chances coming over, so you're probably going to want to import it. And so, yeah, you're definitely going to want to import it, because, you know, if the guy making the bloody game says there's probably no chance it's going to get localized, there's probably no chance it's going to get localized. So, you know, if you want it, you better import it. And I'm not going to say it's bad, because it's not. It's competent. It's a good rhythm game. It's got decent timing. It's got everything it needs to be playable outside of, you know, the sudden switching between note tracks, which can be really, really infuriating at times. I'm not going to say I had no fun with it. Just don't play it in longer bursts than 3 or 4 songs at a time, because you'll start to get bored. Because the songs are fairly longer, even longer than they really seem to be on the surface. And the button playing gameplay can get a bit stale if you play it too much in a too short a time span. But it's not hard to say that it's at least worth a look. If you liked the look of the gameplay so far and you don't mind it just basically being this, then you really shouldn't have that much of a problem with it. But obviously, if you're sick of Project Diva games and you want something a little different compared to just, you know, a game that doesn't outright copy its gameplay but remains very, very similar to it at the end of the day, then you're probably going to want to avoid this. And you're probably going to want to go with Tycho. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic. It doesn't really do anything that unique. But it's perfectly competent, perfectly playable. It's got a bunch of songs. It's got even more songs via DLC. And if you liked Project Diva in any way, you'll probably have a good time with this. And considering we're almost at the end of this song, and I missed the last note because that's what I do, because I'm terrible at these goddamn games, then yeah, well, I think we'll end this video off here. Overall, good, not great. Probably worth an import if you're into these sorts of games. Not really much else to tell you about it, honestly. I think we'll go back to the main menu. Also, yeah, very import friendly. You don't need to worry about the language at all. I just went and restarted the song. Let's just get back to the main menu. That was a bit of a mistake, but nevertheless. It's decent. It works. It's fun. Few annoying things here and there, but yeah. Might want to wait for it to go a bit cheaper, but otherwise, yeah. You've just watched like 23 minutes of this video. Please tell me you've been watching the last 23 minutes of this video. And you are just, you know, you've got your own idea in your head. Because that'll be more useful to you than anything I could say. So, this has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.